What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, then welcome to my channel. To those of you new here, my name is Desjardins, and I like helping people build their absolute super self, whether it's physically losing weight, gaining muscle, whether it's mentally getting rid of their limiting beliefs. I just want to help you create the person that you were meant to be, because I personally lost 80 to 100 pounds and shifted my mindset to start cultivating the life that I want, and I'm here to help you guys do the exact same thing. So to those of you who don't know, we're currently in the middle of a series called Grind 360, and I also made a challenge to go along with this series called the Happy Grind 90-Day Challenge. So if you click the first link down below, you'll be able to download it. It's a series of 6 habits, a tracking tool for you to be able to track every single day if you print it out. And if you want to join us on this challenge, I think that we can all come out of it just an absolutely better version of ourselves, and that's really what we're all about on my channel. So I don't know about you guys, but I figured that this would probably be about the time that some of you were starting to kind of, get a little comfortable and slack off on your Happy Grind 90-Day Challenge. And you know what? Don't think you're alone, okay? Don't think that I've hit every single goal every single day of this challenge, okay? I'm here to tell you that I screw up, I make mistakes, and I am not perfect, okay? If there's one thing that I've been with you guys on YouTube, and what I will always be for you guys, is completely transparent. I'm here to be the friend that you want and need in your life and deserve, frankly. Because look, everybody, proximity is power. I hope that being able to hang together is gonna raise your thermostat of like what you think that you're capable of. Because if you're on my channel, you want more in life. You know that you've got more inside of you, and you're here to chase your absolute best version of yourself. You deserve it, and I'm here to tell you that being a perfectionist is not going to get you there. And this video is going to set you up for success to be able to achieve your goals and not be trapped by this idea of everything having to be perfect. Guys, let me tell you what, I've never appreciated like only having to have 1 gallon a day more in my life. I'm still like in the bathroom a lot peeing because it's a gallon of water, but like so grateful to only have to fill it once a day. It's like, you have no idea. All right, guys. So like I said, we're gonna be talking about how to stop being a perfectionist, because that is literally holding you back from so many things. That's how I put on 100 pounds, was by being a perfectionist. And like, if I wasn't perfectly on my game, then I was binge eating. Like guys, this affects everything. It's literally holding you back from everything that you want. So I'm gonna give you my 5 takeaways that I want you to absolutely take to heart, so you can use that to avoid having these perfectionist thoughts, because it is literally going to be impossible for you to meet that perfection expectation. Just listen to me here. Which honestly transitions perfectly into takeaway number 1, which is gonna be perfection literally doesn't exist. When you're chasing perfection, you're chasing something that literally is non-existent. It's an illusion. You think that things are going to be perfect in the future. I'm just here to tell you that things are not going to be perfect, and you're never going to be perfect, and it's just a matter of making progress. Like I've said so many times, seek progress, not perfection. That's because if you seek perfection, when one little slip up goes wrong, you're gonna freaking ditch everything. So definitely try to like make the effort. This is something that I do all the time. It's like when you're trying to get something to be perfect, right? Like whether it's, I don't know, a song, a video, for example, like anything. When you're trying to get something to be perfect, try to make something like perfectly imperfect by like leaving something that would make it imperfect in there. So like, for example, I'm gonna leave like a short pause right here in the video, because it's imperfect now, right? Like it's not what I wanted to do. It's just a way of trying to make things intentionally imperfect so you can get that whole like idea of perfection out of your mind. And this is super applicable to social media, okay? Because I know that you think all the fitness influencers and all the like productivity and big YouTube influencers and stuff, they're perfect, right? Like they've got everything together. Their lives are just fantastic, right? Try to remember that social media, I've said it before, social media is a highlight reel. It is not a real highlight, okay? Remember that, right? Like if people could only freaking understand that, like it's not real, okay? Stop thinking that somebody's Instagram is like a perfect like example of their life. No, they've got bad things going on behind the scenes. No, they're not gonna share with you the mental torment that they're going through because of their like on and off kind of relationship where they're just friends with benefits, but one's got feelings and now they feel terrible about themselves, and this guy's really just fucking around because he doesn't like himself, so he needs the validation of girls, so he's going around. right? You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So stop assuming that their life is perfect because they're only showing you the highlight reel, not the real highlight. Takeaway number 2 is going to be a concept that I got from Jordan Peterson. For those of you who don't know who Dr. Jordan Peterson is, he is an absolute genius. He's a psychologist. He's like taught at universities. He's been on TV a ton. He's just like this incredible guy who's got some amazing messages to share with the world. And I got this concept from him when he was on Joe Rogan. So number 2 is going to be set the bar low enough. You see, most of us expect too much of ourselves. And that's not to say that like we're incapable of doing amazing things. We just set the bar so high that it's like impossible to reach. So a lot of you know I used to be a competitive swimmer when I was in like middle school, high school kind of time. I can't set the bar to do a 50 freestyle in under 25 seconds right now because I haven't been in the pool. I'm not gonna be able to do that. Like I don't care how hard I'm swimming, like I have not trained for that. I'm probably not going to be able to do that. So set the bar low enough where you know you're gonna be able to attain something, but it's also gonna challenge you because those little small wins are gonna motivate you to like keep making more progress. Because remember, if you've never bench pressed before, you're not gonna go in and bench press for the first time and put 405 on the bar. You're not doing that because you're gonna hurt yourself. You would never do that. You might put 135 on the bar, okay, and then try to bench that. All right, that's maybe a little bit more realistic, but most people just set the bar so high for themselves, and then when they can't achieve that, they're like, boy, I suck. And that is just absolutely not the case. So don't set yourself up for failure, set yourself up for success, and set the bar where it's gonna be manageable. Takeaway number 3 is gonna be measure the gain, not the gap. Okay, so we're all so quick to point out our flaws and all of our like mishaps that happen along the way or anything we fail at. We're always so willing to be like, boy, I screwed up there. Boy, I suck because of this. But we're never willing to like acknowledge our wins. Does that make sense? So for example, if we fail an exam, you know, it's like I'm stupid, I don't work hard, I should have prepared better. Like you start associating that failure with your identity. But then if you get an A, you're like, yeah, well, I was supposed to. You don't give yourself credit for all the hard work that was put into getting that A a lot of the time. You're just like, well, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, right? And that I'm just telling you that that's not gonna serve you, okay? So give yourself credit for your wins. And most importantly, along your self-improvement, weight loss, fitness, whatever your journey is right now, don't compare your current self to where you want to be. Compare your current self to where you've been, okay? That's what measure the gain, not the gap is. If you measure the gap, you're just measuring how far you are from becoming the person that you wanna become. And the beautiful thing about like my super self analogy where I'm like, build your super self, is you don't ever actually get there. You're just like kind of teetering on the edge, but you're never gonna be perfectly your super self. That's the beauty of it, okay? So try to measure the gain from where you started instead of the gap from where you're not, you know what I'm saying? Focusing on how far you've come is gonna be so much more powerful, influential, and motivating than focusing on where you're not yet. Takeaway number 4, guys, you've heard it before, and that is don't dwell on your mistakes, okay? The mistake that I made of what turned me into Fat Jackson years ago is when I would try strict dieting and then I wouldn't even make it until Wednesday until I end up having like a chip that I wasn't supposed to have, and then that turns into McDonald's and pizza because I'm like, well, I already screwed it up, right? Like that mindset is what got me fat. Okay, so like don't think that just because you had a couple French fries when you're out to dinner and you weren't supposed to have those French fries, that the whole day is ruined and you might as well just get back on Monday. So now you're gonna ingest 2,000 calories extra for the day just because you think you failed. Okay, that's not how it works. I'm here to encourage you that even if you go through your day and then you end up having 2,000 extra calories at dinner because you just had a bad day and you were emotionally eating, that does not mean get back on Monday. That means, oops, what did I do wrong? Let me reflect on it and figure out how I can prevent myself from doing that in the future, okay? That's what's going on here. Because when you say, I'll get back on Monday, that justifies you binge eating in the moment. Nobody would just binge eat 5,000 calories knowing that it's gonna make them fat. You would only do it if you can justify it. And I'm here to tell you that the way you justify it, the way I justified it, is the fact that I knew that I was gonna be back on Monday. And I believed it. You know, it's like I had to have that hope, because if I didn't have that hope, I was giving up. I could never give up. I was never comfortable with the fact of just giving up cold turkey. So I was like, I've got faith in this. I might not be really supporting it right now, but I know on Monday I'm gonna be Superman, right? That's why I know what you do right now is the only thing that matters. It's not what you do on Monday, because you're gonna be the same person on Monday that you are right now. Now, takeaway number 5, and guys, I appreciate you hanging with me this long. That tells me that you're really committed to yourself, and I'm proud to have you a part of my channel, by the way. But number 5, control the voice in your head. So to those of you doing the Happy Grind 90-day challenge, you'll know that part of the challenge, one of the habits, is reading 30 minutes of a self-improvement book every single day. And coincidentally, big words, my mom gave me a book called The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. And I've started the book, I'm working through it right now, and in the very beginning of the book, it talks about this voice in our head. I know you know this voice in your head. It's the voice in your head telling you that you're not good enough. And then you start overthinking, well, I'm gonna wake up early and I'm gonna go to the gym. And then you wake up and you think, oh, well, geez, I mean, I can always kind of start on Monday and I can adjust my lifting split so that I can make it a 3-day split instead of a 4-day split, so then I can make everything work. But then if I get there, what if I see this person that I don't really want to see? Well, you know, I'm gonna end up talking to them for 15 minutes. So like, is it really doing me a favor by going and just wasting 15 minutes of my life talking to this person? What if I don't actually work out while I'm there? Inside our mind is this voice that is always chattering and it's always taking up space. You need to be proactive to that voice instead of being reactive. Proactive is taking the lead and knowing that, you know what, I'm in control. I'm gonna hear this voice and I'm gonna be in control of whether I let it decide my decisions. And being reactive would be just reacting to that voice. So you're gonna adjust your actions based on this devil that's sitting on your shoulder in your head. I don't want you to listen to that devil on your shoulder. I want you to be proactive, and I want you to be in charge of that voice in your head, because once you are, you'll realize that it's all lies. It's all these limiting beliefs that it's trying to shove down your throat to keep you safe, because it's uncomfortable getting out of our comfort zone. It's uncomfortable trying new things because we're used to doing other things. It is tough, I get it. But just remember, you can either control this voice in your head or you can let it control you. And something tells me that if you're watching my videos, then you're not gonna be controlled by shit. So choose to be in control of that voice. You're not gonna be able to shut it off. It's always gonna be there. But what you can control is whether you let that decide what your actions are gonna be. You can be proactive or you can be reactive to that voice. And I encourage you to be proactive. Hear it, chew on it, and make your own decision, not based on that voice, but based on you saying, okay, let me just look outside of myself. Let me look inside of my brain and see that this voice has been speaking to me. What am I gonna do about it? And any good thing that ever came out of my life, including this YouTube channel, was starting when I wasn't ready and putting something out that wasn't perfect. Okay, if I didn't make my first video, that 12-week transformation video, I wouldn't be sitting in front of you guys. And I had so many problems with that video, okay? After I posted it, I was cringing because it was so imperfect. And that imperfection is what allowed me to get in front of you. So just remember that. All right, guys, right here we've got dinner going on. I've got my I do 3 full handfuls of spinach, and then I've got it's like jasmine or basmati rice in there, and then 96.4 lean ground beef. And yeah, I know what you're wondering, and yes, I already did have my transparent labs. Do yourself a favor, use code Jackson at checkout, save yourself 10%, support your boy, and I appreciate you. But I gotta finish off my 10,000 steps right now because I'm at 8,000, yeah, 7,800 or something like that. And yeah, so I'm gonna go get it done out here. It's kind of raining a little bit, but we're gonna keep it moving. Guys, before I get started eating, I just wanna let you know, I'm not gonna tell you exactly what happened right now, but I just want you to know at home, I had a big win today. And I hope you had a big win today, because you can't win them all. And some of us battle some things, whether it's an addiction, whether it's a habit that we're trying to break. And I just want you to know that I had a pretty big win today. So I want you to give me a big fist bump right here. 3, 2, and oh yeah, and one more thing before I get started eating, guys. This podcast right here, this podcast is called The Mindset Mentor. Go listen to it. It's a guy named Rob Dial. Please, if you're on my channel, I want to collab with him. Rob Dial, if you ever see any of my stuff, I want to collab with you guys. Go watch The Mindset Mentor. I just dropped rice all over myself. Oh. Listen to it for 15 minutes a day. Guys, would I ever lead you astray? Would I ever send you down a path that I'm not confident that you're gonna thrive in? Please go listen to The Mindset Mentor. I'm about to do the same while I'm eating this on this cloudy but beautiful Tuesday evening.
Look at this beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me.
Guys, I want to take the end of this video to just remind you to walk in your personal power. The moment you have personal accountability is when everything can change in your life. So on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and catch 10,000 steps here. And as always, my YouTube family, let's keep getting better together and keep on grinding. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.